So is it just me, or did these power lines literally grow through that tree and they trimmed around it? I have never seen anything like that. That is crazy. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to get my game on. I just got a permission here that was built sometime around World War II. Now I know that doesn't seem really old, but I had success at a place I metal detected here sometime late last year. It would have been about a year ago, and it was actually on the same day that I found my last Morgan dollar. Now I didn't find the Morgan dollar in this neighborhood, but that was the same day I hunted in this area before I went over to that place. So we're gonna bust out the detector. It's been a while since I've had a good looking permission. I think we're gonna pull some stuff out. Stand by. So after digging a big chunk of aluminum, here's the first coin of the day. Figured I'd show it just to get on the board. 1976 copper penny. First coin, and I'm pretty sure there's gonna be more here. Well, there's definitely some fill dirt in this lawn. You can see this massive old tree and how there's dirt mounded up around it. They've done work around here over the years by the road. But anyway, I'm up closer to the house. Here's another coin under this root here. I'm not sure if you can see it. A little bit of a glare there, but it's tucked right down under the root. Looks like a penny. Not sure if it's going to be old or not. But it was under that root. Now, I could tell from the back, it's just a memorial. All right, we'll keep at it. Well, it seems like up near the house it may not be fill dirt. I just dug a modern dime a minute ago, and right here, solid 80 signal about 3 to 4 inches down in the soft soil. When I popped my plug, it flew off. You can see right there. It's a penny, but this one is a wheat cent. Oh, this actually looks pretty clean on the other side here too. Yeah. It is a, not sure if you're going to be able to see it on there. There you go, 1942. Seems like this soil is going to preserve the old coins fairly well. It looks a lot better than the ones I normally dig. So we're on the board with an oldie. Sweet. That means there's got to be at least one more here somewhere. Okay, so it's very slim on targets here, and just when I thought I wasn't going to pull anything else out, just found a zinc penny a second ago by the tree, and this weird piece of brass. But anyway, got a signal around 79, went about 2-3 inches down, and I got a little bobcat, what looks to be a, let's try to block this on here, little Cub Scout pin. I found one of these several years ago. That's pretty neat. It's old as well. That will clean up pretty good. You can see it says Bobcat and then Cub Scouts. Sweet. So there's the pin after a bit of cleaning. It says Bobcat Cub Scouts BSA, which is Boy Scouts of America. And I found this exact same pin maybe about 3 years ago around an old school. So very happy to have that. On to the next. Well, I am glad I kept at this. I didn't think this was going to be silver. I had a good signal here. It ended up being down about 4 inches. Chopped through this partially dead root and pulled this rock out of the hole. And down under there, see if you can see it. Right there. It's a silver rim, definitely. Looks like it's going to be a silver Roosevelt dime. Just gonna do, I don't want to rub it too much, but looks like it's going to be 1951. Sweet, 51 Denver. Awesome. Been a little while since I found a silver coin. It's good to be back into the door knocking. I'm going to hunt this place a little harder in case there's some deep ones I missed. After a bit of cleanup, there she is, 1951 Denver, 90% silver Roosevelt dime. Okay, I'm not going to lie, I'm very excited right now. I almost didn't even lock onto this signal. It was a faint nickel signal, and I thought it might just be shallow trash, thought it could be a deep nickel. I got about 4 inches down, and I flicked a silver coin out of the sidewall here. So this could be an old coin spill, unless this just rang in really crappy. It is a silver mercury dime that looks pretty worn down. Let's try to block the sun there. Looks like it's pretty stained on the front too. 1940 something. Even if that was worn, it rang up way too low though. So I'm gonna set this off to the side. We're gonna check, see if there's another signal in the hole. There is. I knew it had to be a coin spill. There's gotta be a nickel in here somewhere. Okay, let's go in behind it here just a little bit. I'm gonna widen this so we don't scratch it. If it's something good. Let's try to pull this up here a little bit. All right. There is, oh, what is that? Huh. I guess that's why the signal is so crappy. It's not even a token, it's just an iron washer, it looks like. That is crazy. Right down underneath that merc, an iron washer. That would definitely make the signal go haywire. Let's check it again though. All right, well I expected a beaver tail, which is the end of an old pull tab, or a nickel, and I didn't get that at all. I got an iron washer and a silver dime. We'll take that. Definitely didn't expect that. So that was definitely an interesting hole, and I wonder if they were actually dropped at the same time. Maybe these were both in somebody's pocket back around World War II. It's kind of hard to say, but the mercury dime is pretty stained. I'm not sure if that's from the type of soil there, but the Rosie wasn't stained. But it's a 1944 mercury dime, and no mint mark on the back, but still a very nice coin. You can see this side is a lot more desirable. A little bit worn, but beautiful coin, and happy to squeak that out with that washer in the hole. You'll have to mind my mess of a car right now. I found this in the parking lot a couple days ago at a grocery store. It's just junk though. I think I'm going to get another permission. This place was small and there wasn't a lot of targets, so thankfully some of them were good. I hunted it for about an hour and I worked it back and forth, and there's just no more signals. And it's all fill in the front. There was like huge pieces of aluminum, like almost a foot deep. Anyhow, just the usual trash from that yard, not too much, but some aluminum, one older bottle top, a couple old style pull tabs like this, and that silver signal. That silver I found in with the iron washer sounded a faint signal like one of these beaver tails normally does. If you don't know what a beaver tail is, if you don't metal detect, that's what it is. The end of a pull tab, the old ones, they call them beaver tails. But just some odd bits. Only one piece of brass in there, not a lot of brass and copper. But then for the coins, just some clad coins in this bag here. Maybe only about 8 of them, not many at all. Just I think they're all pennies except for 1 dime. And then the good stuff here, 2 silver dimes, a wheat penny, and that Cub Scout pin. Not too shabby. So I think I'm going to stop somewhere, take a little break, use the restroom, and maybe do another door knock. Just wanted to give you all a quick view here of the type of neighborhood I'm hunting. All of these houses were built around World War II. Old company houses, kind of built in a circle on this street. Always good places to find old silver coins and rings and World War II related stuff. I've hunted 2 houses in this neighborhood so far, and found silver at both. Found a merc at one, and then the last one we just hunted today, got a merc and a Rosie, and a couple other odds and ends. Not too bad. Take a look at the house I'm hunting right now. Very excited to be on this property and to get permission from the lady that lives here. I talked with her for a good 20 minutes or so, and I'm not sure how old the house is. She thinks about 100 years. It may not be quite 1800s, but it has a lot of history with it. It's an old house that a judge had built, and it's probably the best looking lawn in the town that I'm in now. Take a look at the size of some of these trees here. So the house doesn't have to be old for there to be good stuff here. There was a lot of Civil War activity in this area, and you just never know. But anyway, the second signal I dug here in the front, it's one of the oldest style pull tabs you can find. They made these in the early 60s, like 1962 to 1964. So that's a good sign. Let's keep hunting. So only about 10 seconds after that pull tab, I got a high quarter signal. I thought maybe it was just gonna be a clad quarter, but it seems like it's down more than an inch here. And in an old house like this, the good stuff can be at any depth. So just in case it's something good, I'm gonna finish it live here. Oh, hopefully that's not it. Nope. It's like just a piece of coal. Oh, here it is. What is that? Oh, it's a huge old piece of brass. No wonder that rang up so good. That's definitely old though. And if somebody had hunted this place before, a signal that large and heavy brass wouldn't have been passed up. So I think we're in business. Let's keep going. So I got a really good signal right here. Now this yard is loaded with the old style pull tabs from the 60s to the 80s, so that's actually a really good sign. Right here I got a signal bouncing between 85 to 90, which is kind of like a silver dime, really clear signal. And showing a little bit of depth too, probably 4 inches. So we're gonna dig it live, see if it's an old silver dime. Ground's really soft here. There it is. I can see it in the bottom of the hole. It's definitely silver. Right there. Silver Roosevelt dime, 1952. Sweet, what a great first coin. I'm just hunting this little patch in between the wraparound driveway and got me a silver dime in between all them old pull tabs. Nice. I'm sure there's more to come. Stay tuned. The funny thing about finding this 1952 Silver Roosevelt dime is it's the only coin I found in the center of that wraparound circle driveway. So for the only coin that was in there, that's a pretty good one. And there's no mint mark on that one. So I got a blasting signal here in the side yard under all the leaves. And I thought it was just going to be junk, but it looks like I got a nice old buckle. Kind of looks like an old sash buckle, but it doesn't seem very ornate. That is cool. That's got to be turn of the century right there. At least my guess off the top of my head. Looks to be from around that period. Could be older, but it could definitely be sometime around the early 1900s. But a sweet find right there. I'll clean her up later. Alright, I'm digging everything. Anything that has a solid sound to it. Been loading up on the old style pull tabs. But anyhow, I had a blasting huge 90 signal here. But I've learned from past experience, if you think it could be something old and awesome, do it or at least finish it live once you open your plug. Because I had a signal similar to this, which was my Morgan dollar last year. Just a huge signal, probably brass or aluminum, but it's deep. And this signal about blew my ears out. All right, what do we got there? Just a huge hunk of copper. Huge copper shard. But anyway, the fact that there's signals like this here, I like it. It probably wasn't detected in the past, or if it was, not very well, because that is a good target. So I'm now looking around the opposite side yard, and all the dirt seems original over here. There's less leaves and seems like less groundwork. And right here, about 2 inches down, I officially marked my territory because I got me a 59 memorial. That's the second coin off this property. Only 2 inches deep there. Nice, rich, original soil. To officially mark my spot, we're not going to pee in the hole because I'm on somebody else's permission, but I will hawk a loogie in there. All right, all marked now. My spot. It's funny, after I say original soil, I run into a patch that looks like it's dozed around. But anyway, I was digging this big deep signal. It's like silver plated, but I'm pretty sure it's just copper beneath it. I'm not sure what that came off of. That was about 9 inches down. While I was digging the hole, got a piece of old pottery, which is a great sign. Got a little bit of color on the side there. It doesn't look too incredibly old. Could be early 1900s, I'm not really sure. But that was a neat find down there in that hole. So working up toward the front again, at the base of this massive old tree, you can see there has been a lot of landscaping and groundwork done here over the years. A lot of different soil conditions and a lot of groundwork around the trees. But anyway, let's check out and see what this signal is. You can see some kind of edge there. I'm not sure if this is an old button or if this is going to be a piece of junk or what. I really have no idea. Oh, it looks like it's a ring of some sort. Oh yeah. Just an old brass ring. I don't know, that's small, and that could actually be horse tack related. I'm not certain. It looks old though. It's not like one of those modern copper washer type things. Gave off a good signal, that's for sure. Okay, about 30 seconds ago I got a copper penny that was whacked by the mower. But anyhow, got a very silver dime sounding signal here. Could just be a modern dime, but it's spiking up to 87, 88, which is what we want. Normally the pennies and dimes stay 82 to 85, usually around 84. So we're gonna do this live. About 4 inches like the first one I dug too. Yeah, do it live. Nice rich soil right here. There we go. Still need to put new batteries in this pinpointer. It's not reading very well. I think the battery's low. Check the plug. Yeah, it's probably only about 3 inches, so knock some dirt off of here. Should be able to read it now. There we go. Oh, bummer on that one. That got me. I have my sensitivity up high. Boy, did that steel bottle cap ring in clear. Oh well, keep going. Well, I thought this signal was going to be trash. Just a shallow big target. Got me a toy car. That's not a very old one. I wouldn't be surprised if that's from the 90s. But yep, we're finding stuff. Right on. Well, that's definitely a first for me. Moving on. I'm right in front of this little divot here that looks like a tree may have been pulled out of. Right off to the side of it. Perfect 88, 87 signal. Perfect. This one can't be a bottle cap. That's gotta be a silver dime or something like that, or something good. Ooh, very soft here. Oh yeah, something was tore out right there. I can feel the soil changing on this side of the hole, but on that side it still seems original. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, and by the way, that last thing I dug, that big thing, it rang up real good because it's got like brass rivets running through it. That's why it rang up a lot better, even though it's just a big hunk of iron. Oh boy, camera's dying. Got to change my battery. Come on, got to do this before it runs out. Yeah, it's right in the bottom of the plug. Oh, it's a coin. It's not silver though. Memorial penny. Better than nothing. I didn't start this one live, but I'm going to finish it live as soon as that truck goes by, because it was one of them same bouncing between penny and dime signals, and it's down under these roots, and I'm already like about 3.5 inches down. All right, it definitely broke the roots there. So hopefully it's an old coin under all this here. Oh, I think I saw something there. Yeah, I did. It's a penny, but it's, come on, be a Wheatie. It's gotta be, oh yeah, it's gotta be. Rang up high, so I don't think it'll be an Indian head. There's Lincoln on there. That's definitely an old greenie. We're gonna call that one, yep, I can see the 1 cent coming through. First wheat penny on the property. Nice. I don't know how well that's gonna show up, but I spit on it. It's a 1916. So sweet, 102 years on that one. Nice old coin. If I'd have waited till 2019 to dig it, it would have been 103 years old. I came back into that patch where I had first found that 1959 penny, and I'm about a yard away from that spot, and I got a deep 80 down in the bottom of my plug, probably an old penny. Oh. No, it looks like silver. It rang up 80. Oh, that's definitely silver. Dude, please be a barber dime. This is probably gonna be worn. It's a mercury dime. Man, that rang up so low. I think it's 1919. Man, is it slick. You can see a little imprint there, about 3 to 4 inches down in my plug. Not very deep. This is perfect soil. We've had a ton of rain. All right, this will go nicely with that 1916 wheat. Yeah, pretty sure that's 1919. Awesome. Very pleased with that. I'm gonna grit off this area where all this original soil is here. There's gotta be more hiding down there. So check out the mercury dime cleaned up. Very, very worn, but it is definitely a 1919, as you can see down there. Definitely seen its fair share of action. And if there was a mint mark down there, we're never gonna know. It's completely wiped. Almost all the lettering is gone on the reverse. But I like these old slick mercs. They have a lot of character. And surprisingly, for as much wear that's on that coin, there is next to no scratches on it. That's pretty awesome. Definitely in the right patch here, just a yard away from that 1919 mercury dime, only 2.5 inches down, kind of sideways in my plug. Now this is just a 1960s penny, but you can see it's green and it's high relief, so it's, well, it could be a 59, but it's from 59 to 1968. But these are at a natural 2 to 5 inch depth, and they're all coming out looking like they've been down there a while. It's a good spot right here. I'm actually right next to an old bowling alley. I'll show you here. Not super old. They probably didn't build that bowling alley until like the 1960s or something, but could be some change over here from that too. Who knows? Swinging around where a massive tree was probably tore out. This really takes up a large area. We're just about 2 feet off the edge of it. Pulled out an old crusty wheat penny. Definitely won't be able to see the date on that one until I get it cleaned up later. But it's a Wheatie. Well, this big old tree here that was tore out must have been the hangout. That Wheatie was right there, had another signal right beside it. It's another crusty old wheat penny. Sweet. Raking in the Wheaties. So that penny spill ended up being much older than I expected. You can see a 1916 on that one, which is very corroded, and a 1919 that fared a bit better. So if I would have waited about a month to find these, that coin would have been 100 years old right there. That's pretty cool. We'll definitely take that. I got a faint low signal here, and this was pretty funny. I rescanned my hole and my plug, and I couldn't find the signal. That's because it just fell off of my shovel right there. You can see the imprint of where I scooped in. But it's an old nickel. And I don't think it's a war nickel. But that's got to be one of the earlier Jeffersons. 1940s or 1950s, I would hope. Or it could even be late 1930s. Looks like 1940 on the button right there, so yep, that's an old one. Yep, I think it's 1940 on the button. Could be a 46, but I think it's 1940. Sweet. So I started looking up here by what looks to be probably like an old koi pond or something like that, or at least some type of fountain was here. But anyhow, there's another one on the other side of these bushes, and I started working up around here, and believe it or not, it seems like some of the soil up here isn't disturbed. Got a faint signal down there a few inches, a lower signal, and we got a nickel, and it's a buffalo nickel. Wow, that's super cool to find that right up here by this old koi pond. That's really neat. All right, I'm gonna keep working the perimeter around this thing. This is the type of spot where people hung out. So the buffalo nickel is a little bit corroded, but it's still got a good bit of detail left on there, and you can see it does still have a date. It is a 1935. Now, if I rub at this pretty hard with a wet cloth, I should be able to get the rest of that dirty looking surface of the coin off. That's actually the original surface that's left on there, which is kind of why you see the variations in color. And sometimes on the old nickels, you can actually wipe that off and it'll all be kind of like an even red color. But sometimes some of it stays on, sometimes it'll all just rub off. But I just kind of apply moderate pressure and rub it with a cloth. It's good on the nickels. I don't recommend doing that on silver or most other coins, but for nickels, actually a decent scrub with a brush and wiping it down, I kind of get the best results doing it that way. I don't use any solutions, just water and like a cloth, something like that, and a toothbrush, obviously, to get the caked dirt off originally. But there you go, 1935 buffalo nickel, no mint mark. I'm now in the backyard. This is a beautiful place. Worked around the old fountains, or koi pond, whatever they were. Back here, got a memorial penny from the 70s back in there. And haven't even touched any of this back here yet. There's just so much property. I'm sure there's a lot more relics buried down here. Definitely not a place you can hunt out in one day, or even a month for that matter. We'll keep searching. Got about an hour before dark here. So after my circle around the whole property and scouting out the back, I didn't find much other than that buffalo nickel and one memorial, and then quite a few trash bits. I did get this one old cap in the back, close to the neighbor's fence. One of the National Distillers caps. I like finding those, but anyway, back here around that tree where I found the 2 wheat pennies earlier on the other side there, and I got a nickel in the hole that was down about 3 inches. It's a Jefferson, but it looks like another old one. Doesn't appear to be a silver war nickel, but let me clean it up and see if we can see the date. I got it cleaned up a little bit. It definitely is an old one. 1949. So doing pretty good on the old nickels now. Digging all them faint signals. A lot of pull tabs here. No idea what this is, but it rang up like that nickel was only about 2 feet away. It's that metal stuff on the back that gave off the signal. It's like some sort of cap or something. Not sure what that would have come off of. But CW, it's from the Civil War. Nah, I wish. No idea. Okay, 2 feet the other direction from where I found that nickel. It's right here somewhere. Solid coin signal. Could just be an old penny, but could also be a silver dime. We're gonna try this one live. Running out of daylight here. I'll probably be out of here in about half an hour. Seems like this section of the yard is where most of the old coins are. At least the concentration of them anyway. The only other old coins in the other parts of the property was that buffalo nickel I found over by that pond. The 1916 wheat was in the side yard, and then the first Rosie I found was in the front. The rest of the old coins have been over here. Right down at it. Might have to do one little plop under the side there. Nope, we're basically touching it, so there it is. Heh, you gotta be kidding me. It's just a memorial cent. Oh well, can't win them all. Well, it's really slowed down in finding good coin signals, but anyway, I got a super good signal here. We're gonna check it out live. I'm out here closer to the road. Now, I haven't dug any old coins down this far yet, so I'm not sure. But it's a solid 90. Now, of course, that could be a modern quarter, but it's reading depth with depth also. Just a little concerned because it's by this tree where there's a lot of dirt mounded up from landscaping over the years, probably. That could definitely be a silver quarter, though. Plaid ones normally ring up dead 89. Perfect sound. Reading about 3 to 4 inches also, so let's do this live. Can you believe it? This year I have not dug a silver Washington quarter. I haven't dug many big silver this year. Big silvers, I should say. I dug 2 silver halves and I think 3 standing Liberty quarters. I don't think I have any barber quarters this year. I think that one formation where I got that barber spill was the end of last year. I'm running into problems with these roots here. This is not going to be a pretty plug. Can't find a way to get underneath it and pop this. We're going to have to do it shallow and then dig down to it. That's a big root right there. Yeah, this ain't going to look good. So we're just going to have to take this top layer off and go from there. See these big roots? So let's get an idea exactly where this signal is. I think it's going to be back a little bit further. I'll repair that very nice. Well, we may be able to get down in there and get it because I think it's up on this side. The hand shovel would be handy right about now. Oh, no. We're almost right down at it. It is a modern quarter. Oh, glad it's a coin, but a little bit of a bummer. I was hoping for a silver one. We'll take it though. Maybe I won't get my silver George Washington quarter this year. Oh well, doing awesome today though. Very cool. So I'm over here by this other overgrown pond. And something crazy is going on right here. I'm going to try to get this signal out just in case it's a cache. But this rock right here, you can, well, I can pry it. You can see when I pry it with the shovel, it's really large. It goes the whole way back to about here. And right underneath it, right here, there's a big signal under there. It's even reading through the rock. But it gets louder as I get my pinpointer under it. So I'm going to try to pry this rock up without pulling it out and see if I can shovel that target out that's down there. So we got down underneath that massive rock. I pried it up and that's what was underneath it. Oh well, can't win them all, but that was fun. Who knows, that could have been a jar of coins under there. Alrighty, so we're going to do a brief recap of all the better finds of today's hunt. Obviously, I'm not going to be showing the modern coins or the small pile of trash that I dug, but let's go ahead and dig right in. We got that awesome Bobcat Cub Scouts BSA pin, 1942 wheat penny, 1951 silver Roosevelt dime, and then that spill with that washer and a 1944 Merc. That was the best finds from the first permission, and then moving over to the house that was a little bit older, did pretty well. 3 wheat pennies. You saw the spill was 1916 and 1919, and the other individual wheat penny I dug was also in 1916. So the 3 wheat pennies from that yard were right around that 100-year-old mark, which is awesome. And of course, I couldn't get out of there without a 1959 penny. I ended up with a couple old nickels. You got a 1940 plain, and this one I showed reverse side first because it has a D mint mark, and it is a 1949. I got that 1935 buffalo nickel, which I got to clean up a little bit more yet. And deja vu, like the first permission, I got a Rosie and a Merc, and I did the same thing at the last one. But ended up with a 1919 Mercury dime and a 1952 Silver Roosevelt dime, as well as that nice old buckle, which potentially could be from the 1800s. I'm not certain, but even if it is, I would assume late 1800s. It's not like an early colonial style one. But anyhow, it was a pretty good hunt. I thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Take care. Happy treasure hunting. We'll see you soon. Shh.